Welcome to the Stop Over Drinking and Start Living podcast, where high-achieving, goal-oriented rebel women come to learn how to live a vibrant and fulfilling life without requiring alcohol to get through it. No labels, no judgments, no saying you'll never drink again. Just real proven methods to help you stop rebelling against yourself with alcohol so you can drink less and do more. I'm your host, Angela Mascenik. Let's dig in. Welcome to episode 83, You Are Born This Way. Hello, my beautiful friends. How's it going? My gosh, I am in a fantastic mood. And it was because of this song. I'm going to tell you guys about it. So I was running this morning and I'm on this Spotify mix. It's like pop hits or big mega hits or something like that. And the song came on. I've heard it before. I actually thought it was Madonna. And so I got really excited. But it was Lady Gaga's song, You Are Born This Way. And I highly suggest that you guys go listen to this song. This is what this podcast episode was inspired by. It's super fun. I love it. I was like dance running when I listened to it. I was like throwing my arms in the air and like pretending like I was on the dance floor, like at a club when I was running and I was leaping, and it was so funny. So like in my mind, I was like, I'm going to start a club dancing and running group where we're basically like dance running all of our good moves, hands in the air, running, grooving, leaping, flowing. Have you guys ever seen that Friends episode with Phoebe and her and Rachel run through Central Park? And Rachel is so embarrassed because Phoebe is running like this little kid and she's just like, her arms just sort of flowing and waving in the air, and she's so embarrassed to be seen with Phoebe. And afterwards, Phoebe's like, this is how I run. It's fun. And who cares what people think? I feel like a kid. I feel alive. I feel amazing. That's kind of what I felt like. But honestly, I was like, people could think a couple things. They're like, yeah, get it, girl. Or there goes that life coach Angela feeling all inspired again. But anyway, it was so awesome. I listened to the song twice just to make sure I really heard all of the words. And the second time was just as inspiring as the first time. And you guys really need to listen to it. I'm going to hook up the YouTube video for it in the show notes. So if you guys want to go and click on that and listen to it and feel all inspired, feel free. But listen to this episode because I do want you guys to know that we are born this way. This way. What is this way, you might wonder? So to have an issue with overdrinking or overeating, to have high anxiety, overwhelmed, be stressed. Yes, we are born to be feeling and experiencing exactly what we're experiencing right now, but we're also born with a whole slew of other emotions that we don't really realize that we have, okay? So like a lot of times I hear you guys talk about confidence or belief or motivation or love or acceptance or bravery or boldness. So in Lady Gaga's song, she said, we were born brave. And I was just like, light bulb, hell yes, we are born brave, right? We are all born brave and confident and bold and daring and exciting and motivated. That's what humans get with the package of being alive. We get all of the emotions. But the thing is, we don't get is a guidebook on how to use these feelings or to feel them when we experience them. We are born with them, and we are born to be able to experience them. That's how humans were created. We aren't born with a lack of them. Every single one of you has bravery inside of you. Okay? Every single one of you has confidence. Every single one of you has acceptance. But again, we just aren't taught how to tap into those powerful emotions. We think it just happens, or some people have it and some people don't. And people think motivation just happens. You either have it sometimes or you don't, or you need to find it. So not true. We all have them or it, and we can always find it when we want to. You aren't missing certain feelings. You were born with them, and over time our society has taught us that we shouldn't feel certain emotions or that we don't have access to them through the language that we use to describe our feelings. Okay? So, for example, common language is this: I'm not confident. I'm not motivated. I'm scared. I'm not brave enough. I don't want to feel nervous. She's always motivated. I don't have that drive, right? We label ourselves as not having certain emotions, or that we are our emotions. And all of this language is false, but it's how our society and our language talks about feelings, okay? You are not scared. You feel scared. There's a difference there, right? You as a person are not scared. You are not a scared person. You have a feeling of being scared, okay? You are also not motivated. You don't feel motivated. You don't not have the drive. You don't feel the drive. Do you guys see the difference there? So I recommend just adding that into your language so you stop feeling like you are missing something or lacking something inherent that all people have always. You were born this way, okay? It is true that sometimes we don't feel motivated, but the good news is that motivation doesn't just come upon you like you were sprinkled with some magic motivation dust. Motivation, just like all feelings, comes from our thoughts. And if you are able to notice your thoughts, you have the ability to think intentionally in a way that creates the feeling you want to feel. And I want you guys to play along for a little exercise. Okay, so I'm going to take you through an exercise. If you're driving, you might want to press pause or come listen to it and then come back and do this exercise when you can actually focus and be present with it. And you're not like doing a bunch of different things at the same time. So if you're cooking in your kitchen, like just pause, just take a minute or two and just stop what you're doing. I'm going to walk you through this exercise. Okay. If you're walking, you can stop walking for a minute. Okay. You guys ready? All right. So think about your life, the entire picture of your life, your family, your work, your home, your health, your finances, your relationships. Really just visualize your whole life. It's like a little snapshot of your life. I like to think of it like a collage. You've got images of each of these sections of your life, and you're sort of able to see them all together. Okay? So close your eyes, if you're not driving, and imagine your life right now. And all the pieces put together like a collage. Okay? Just give yourself a moment to do that. All right, you got it? All right, now focus on one area of your life that you might feel fear in occasionally. What about that little section of your life that makes you feel scared? What is that section? What are your thoughts about it? And notice how that fear or scared feeling feels in your body. What are your thoughts about it? Now take a couple deep breaths and notice that vibration in your body when you are feeling a little scared. All right? Now take another deep breath and think about another section of your life that you might feel happiness in. What about that little section of your life makes you feel happy? Think about your thoughts about that area in your life that make you feel happy. Now notice how you feel in your body, just for a second, when you feel happy, thinking about this area of your life. How does that feel? All right, take a deep breath. Now let's think about the section, the part of your life where you overdrink. Okay? Think about your overdrinking. Visualize some times where you overdrink, or what you think about the next day when you do that. What do you feel about that part of your life? Is it frustration, worry, doubtful? What emotion comes up when you think about that part of your life when you overdrink? Notice how you feel that in your body. Okay, just make note of what it feels like. All right, take another deep breath. let it out, kind of shake that off. Now come back to me and listen to the rest of the podcast, okay? This exercise just illustrates that you are capable of feeling your emotions on demand. Isn't that interesting? I just guided you through a couple minutes of thinking about different areas of your life and noticing what you feel in them. You have happiness and fear and frustration in you, just in those few minutes, right? This exercise shows you that you can create whatever feeling you want whenever you want it. Isn't that amazing? So if you think, I don't have confidence, well, that's definitely not going to produce any confidence, right? But what if you try and remembered a time when you did have some confidence? When was that? Maybe it was when you applied for a job when you were just a little underqualified for it, but you thought, I might not know everything, but I can do it and I can learn what I don't know. Confidence. Then you applied for the job. Or when you had your kids. No mother that I know of that has ever said, I can't figure this out. We just figure it out, right? Because we have confidence that we will. Or when your boss asks you to do something new, and you're like, all right, I'm going to go figure this out. I've got this. And you feel confident. Or maybe when you were younger, when you were a kid, when you were learning how to ride a bike. I'm going to do this. I'm going to figure this out. I'm going to do it, right? Confidence. So see where you have been confident in the past, and then notice what your thoughts were that led you to feel this confidence. See? I can do it. I'll figure it out. It won't be that hard. I can learn. These types of thoughts create confidence, right? It's not something that you have or don't have. You always have it inside of you no matter what. You just need to learn how to generate the thoughts on purpose to create more confidence. And you can have confidence in your ability to stop over drinking too. Same way, you just need to create some confidence generating thoughts. Remember, our thoughts create our feelings, not external circumstances. Not being inspired by other people, not our boss telling us amazing things or not so amazing things. We have to have thoughts in our own mind to generate our feelings. And again, we were born this way. We were born with an unlimited amount of feelings inside of us. Okay, all of them, every single one of you. Okay? This is amazing. This is good news, right? So just like you were able to create feelings on demand by thinking about specific things, you can begin to create the feelings you may not have felt lately by thinking on purpose. Okay, so you can think on purpose. You don't just have to be on the receiving end of what thoughts your brain automatically delivers to you. This is another amazing thing about being a human. You can think intentionally to create the feelings you want to create. And when you do this, you will start to feel more confident if you want to, more brave if you want to, more outgoing, more motivated if that's what you want to feel. Okay? And when you feel more of those feelings, you will take more actions in your life that will lead you to where you want to go. But before we start to think intentionally, we really need to discover your current thoughts. What is your automatic brain delivering to you right now? Okay, so let's use the example of working on drinking less, right? What are your current thoughts about your over drinking issue? Really ask yourself this question and listen to what your brain has to say. All right, so if you have a pen and paper nearby, ask yourself this question. What are your current thoughts about your over drinking issue? And then write them down. Okay? And then notice how they make you feel. Okay? Then ask yourself, do you want to feel this way? Yes or no? And then do those feelings that you have when you have these thoughts drive actions that you want to take, such as cutting back, being consistent, not over drinking, follow through on your commitments to yourself, journaling, self-coaching, getting coached, reading books, exercising, getting enough sleep. If you aren't doing all those things that support you being somebody who doesn't overdrink, then your current feelings are driving actions that don't support your goals to being somebody that doesn't overdrink. Okay? So now that we see what your current thoughts are and your current feelings are about your overdrinking, we can now change them if we want to. If they're not creating the actions that we want to take, you're going to want to change your thoughts, okay, to generate new feelings that will drive actions that will support you with where you want to go, okay? And when you do this exercise, you will see how it's your thoughts that created your feelings. And how this exercise, just like the one I guided you through, your feelings are generated on demand by your thinking, okay? So if you want to feel confident about stopping over drinking, what can you think? Ask yourself that question. Some thoughts that really work are, I can do this. I am capable of doing this. I will do this, right? Like explore some thoughts that land with you and create the feeling of confidence when you think them. You guys, I really recommend that you actually do this. Like you just don't listen to the podcast and be like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Let me see if I can do that in my head real quick. No, like actually apply and do the things that I suggest, because when you actually do it and you get your pen out and your paper and you write down these questions and then you answer them and then you write down the answers in your head that were generated and you apply what I'm teaching to you, then you will make some changes, okay? But don't just passively absorb information. Like that doesn't actually work. Like you have to actually do what I'm suggesting you to do, okay? So once you do this and you see and you generate some thoughts about feeling confident to stop over drinking, like I can do this, I'm capable, I'll do this. Now you start practicing thinking that one thought that really landed with you frequently. Okay, on purpose. You write that thought every day. You say it out loud. You tell people, I'm capable of doing this. You tell your partner, your spouse, your friends. You tell them your goals. You tell them, I'm doing this. I'm confident I can do this. I've got it this time. Okay? And you practice thinking that intentionally and frequently. And you notice the feeling of confidence and what you tend to do or what you want to do when you feel this way. Right? When you're feeling confident, you make decisions to drink in advance. You might be journaling, you're doing your self-coaching, you're applying what I'm teaching you here. You're reading books, you're processing your urges, you're getting coaching, right? Notice what you do when you feel confident in your ability to stop over drinking. It's amazing, right? You have everything you need inside of you to create whatever you want in your life. From stopping over drinking to buying a dream home to getting that promotion to running a marathon to finding the love of your life. Because now you know you were born this way. This is a beautiful part of being a human. You came with all of the emotions you need to create the life you want. Remember, our feelings, the way you feel, drives what you do. You don't do anything unless it's started with a feeling, okay? We wouldn't be alive and functioning if we didn't have feelings that drove our actions, okay? You guys were born this way. You wouldn't be functioning. You wouldn't be able to listen to a podcast or even think about your thoughts if this wasn't true, okay? So now you know how to create the emotions you want to have on purpose, and you can stop waiting for them to happen magically. That would take a very long time. And you probably wouldn't achieve half of what you're capable of if you start practicing creating thoughts and feelings intentionally on purpose. You guys, this is exactly how I changed my life. This is exactly how I became somebody that doesn't drink. This is exactly how I lost 55 pounds. This is exactly how I've created my business, how I've improved my relationships, how I've bought my dream home, all of it. Okay? I manage my brain. I think intentionally and I feel intentionally and I create the feelings that I want on purpose. Okay? I'm using the skills that I was born with, my inherent traits as a human, to create the life that I want. Okay? This is a practice. It doesn't happen overnight, but with consistency in doing this work, you will have very fast results using your naturally born attributes as a human being. Okay, and this is exactly what we do inside my Stop Over Drinking and Start Living program. I help you first learn how to feel your feelings and then how to generate the feelings you want to have that will drive the action you need to take to make permanent changes with your relationship with alcohol. And then we have fun evaluating your thoughts and changing them for you to become an intentional thinker. And then we learn how to use our brains to get the results we want in our lives. This work is fascinating, it's life-changing, and most importantly, it fucking works. Okay, like it works. People that actually do it and apply what I'm teaching inside my program are changing their lives. And it's not just stopping over drinking. It's way more than that. It's living the life that you want to live, doing the things that you actually want to do, having amazing relationships, feeling fit and energized and alive and fulfilled. That's what we're doing there. Okay? So if you'd like my help, request a call to see if joining my program now makes sense for you. Don't request a call with me to think about, I'll think about it in the future. Request a call if you're serious about joining now. Okay? We only have now. There's no guarantees for the future. There is never a good time to do any of this work. I recommend at the time that you are suffering with it is the time that you should do it. Not when things are easier, not when things are better. Okay, not when you have more time. The time you need to do it is the time that you are suffering with it, and if that time is now, get on my calendar, all right? I love you all so much. You were born this way. Go listen to that song, be inspired, and start to create the feelings that you want to feel instead of just waiting for them to happen to you. I love you all so much. Talk to you next week. Bye for now.